Hey guys, so this is the intro again of my warm-up, which in this little clip right here, I start my French climb and then I realize very quickly that even though I have dry skin and usually I stick to the silk pretty well, because it's so cold, I need some rosin to help my hand stick to the silk, so I go back up and I go on my bad side, which is my left. French climb is like not my favorite climb, but it's so important to master. So I always try to start with that to get used to doing it. It gets better each time, but it's one of those moves where I'm like, ugh, I really don't want to do this one. But you have to in order to get better. So then I don't remember what kind of Russian this is. I keep wanting to call it flirty Russian, but it's not. Basically, you take your leg over and through and stand up. And for me, the tricky part is sometimes, which I believe happened here, is I don't measure out the appropriate amount I need to push my foot through on top of my other foot. And then my silks instructor recently had a back surgery, so she can't demonstrate a lot of stuff for us, but she is still like really helpful with helping us get our moves. And so right here, I'm trying. I know she's blocking me part of it, but it's fine. She's trying to help me with the 40 Russian, where you have to get the silk up. So like I kick the silk up with my left foot to try to get it up onto my hip and cross over with my leg. So it's like looks like I'm in a sitting position with the silk around my leg. And a couple weeks ago, I got really frustrated with this move because I just couldn't seem to get it past my knee. And this class, I finally figured out how to lift up and get it further. It wasn't perfect, but I'm going to keep working on it. Here, I'm working on tuck ups to be able to invert, and I don't have it anymore. I'm working, building it back up. So the silk is wrapped on my back so that if I do end up getting to the point where I'm comfortable leaning back, I have a little bit of support there. And then I'm doing the tuck ups on both sides. So I'm really concentrating on pulling with my abs and turning my hips inward, or tucking my hips. That's why it's called tuck up. And then we go into movements to help open up the hips. Both these, this time when I do it at this class, I should have foot locked my foot a little bit higher so that way my leg would be more parallel with the front of my body when I came around, because like the only reason why it was kind of parallel with the back is because I would lean forward. But both of them, that one on my left foot is really too low to really be effective, and I'll have to keep that in mind for my next class. So this class we worked a lot on being involved. We worked a lot with hip keys, and the way that they get into hip keys here is different from how I was taught previously. It's not like easier, I would say, or harder, but it's just different. You climb up with a Russian climb, and then your foot kind of just, you pick up the tail, and then your foot kind of just slides through, and then you have to ball yourself up like that. And I realized that it's a lot easier, a heck of a lot easier, for me to go into a hip key on my left side, which is unusual because my right side is my dominant side, for whatever reason. So yeah, you put it over your shoulder, and then you just kind of put your leg through and tuck. And the first few times, Rebecca comes over because I'm not tucking fast enough. And she's trying to get me to realize that I have to like go into that ball position immediately, which is really important for everything that we were working on that night. So the first part after that, we work on this hip key into basically leaning back in order to get my top leg, which I believe is my left leg, if I'm through the silk. And I have to, again, it's one of those things where I have to lean back. And I really don't trust myself when I lean back. So this is another attempt where I go up, grab the silk, throw it over my shoulder, go through the leg, hip key. Then I flag with my bottom arm, which is wrapped around, and then the goal is to take that top leg that is not wrapped around the silk and bring it around. And I got so close to this, but I was not quite successful. Or wait, no, was I successful? No. I think I did it once, and I didn't have my camera on when I did it. It was at the end of the night. And a huge part of the struggle for me, here it is again, is that I didn't, again, trust myself when I was leaning back to get my leg through. I think also part of it is like my flexibility, because when I hip keyed on my other side, it was easier to get the leg through. Again, I fall down. Surprise, surprise. And I'm trying really hard. And so then my teacher's telling me basically to try it on the ground so I can feel how to get my leg through. Let's try it again. Put it over my shoulder. Push through. Hip key. Turn over. Grab the top hand. Flag the bottom hand. Start to try to lean back and bring my leg forward. I'm so close, and I just couldn't do it, and I stopped. And my teacher was like, "You're there, don't give up." So then here's a different move with the hip key. So instead of flagging my arm down, I'm bringing the silk in front of me, and the goal is to basically make myself turn so that I'm like planking for a lack of a better term. And so I'm right there, like on the ground, basically doing it, where I'm holding myself up with one arm. And I was exhausted by this point, so that's why you keep seeing me lay down. So then I tried again for the last thing of the night before we did our conditioning. And I believe, yeah, see, I hip key so easily on that side. Excuse me. And then bring it around, a tango grip my hand forward, and trying to get my foot through and wrap around. And so I did it successfully once. So, the next, or I guess the last time you saw me, this lighting is pretty horrible. I was in my silks class, and I fell a lot, trying different things, realizing that certain tricks or moves are easier on my left than my right, which like usually is the case, but it always shocks me sometimes which ones are easier on the left side than on the right. So hopefully you had some good laughs watching me fall several times. But as much as part of me it's like, don't post that, like edit it out. Like obviously this whole vlog thing is about my journey to getting stronger and better leading up to my 30th birthday. So I need to post when I fall because it's part of the process. So at least maybe you'll get some good laughs out of it. I will probably record like a intro part to that in my room or something. I don't know. But I am home, sitting in my car, obviously, because it's really freaking cold outside. It is 11 degrees, says my car, and that's not including the wind chill. I know, like, in Wisconsin, sorry, Rachel, my friend Rachel is in Wisconsin, it's apparently colder there than it is in the Arctic, which is crazy. So, wherever you are, stay warm, and like I said, hopefully this vlog brought you some laughs, and hopefully we'll see some improvement over the next few weeks. See you later.